start.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Live to International University of Monaco. I'm here with Mathilde.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Mathilde.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thank you.
So what do we do in here? What do we do
So
in
today
university?
we are doing a live to present to you the University of Monaco, but also our programs. And because we are actually going live during the Career Week, we will have the opportunity to interview some of our alumni, students. We will also have someone from the Career Center to talk to us about what they do for the student, but also what is the Career Week about. And now going to the programs at the University of Monaco, we have 5 different programs. We have the bachelor, which is about business administration. Then we also have our master degrees, which are all about the field of expertise of Monaco.
Yes.
So would you like to tell us what program we have, what master programs?
Yes, so we have master in luxury management, master in sport business management, master in finance, and I'm seeing our alumni wanting to join us soon. We have also master in international management and
International management, finance,
luxury management, and sport
sports.
business management. So this is correct.
And we also have the MBA and DBA program,
Right.
which are more specific programs.
Yes. Yes.
So in a few minutes, we will welcome our first alumni joining us. Antonio Vespa will be talking about the Master in Finance and will be interviewed by Alexandra. But maybe quickly we can go over the admission process quickly to let you know how it works. Basically, we accept students from all different countries, so it's a very international school, as our name is saying. To apply to the program, everything is done online. Of course, you won't need to come to IUM for an interview or to give your file. Basically, you will need to go on our website and upload a few documents. We will need an ID and a picture of yourself for recognition, but we also need your transcript. So if you're applying for the bachelor, we will need your 2 last year of high school and your diploma if you already received it. And for the master degree, we'll need the transcript of your bachelor. Then you will need to upload a CV and motivational letter in English. And you can also add a recommendation letter, which is not mandatory, but I would say it's a big plus.
Yes, it adds to your application.
Yeah.
Boosts your application.
And then can you tell us what happens once everyone has put their document online?
Yes, correctly. So we review your application, your dossier, and we get back to you to set the motivational interview. We prepare you for motivational interview as well. So we send you questions so you come prepared to speak with program director, and then you have the conversation with program director about your future career, your ambitions, to see if university is right for you and how we can help you in your ambitions. And then once the interview is done, usually we get back to you within 3-4 days to let you know about your results. And once you're admitted, this is the good news for everyone. And then you're being connected to student services and start planning coming to your classes. Voila.
Yeah, maybe I can tell you more about the student services and what they do for the student. But basically, as my colleague Alexandra said, once you've been admitted, you will be put in contact with them. So they can help you if you are in a process for a visa, for example. Depending on the country you're coming from, you will need a visa to come study in Monaco. They will also advise you on the choice to make for the visa, depending if you decide to live and study in Monaco or if you want to live in France and then come to Monaco to study, because we are sharing border with France. You can live in France and come to Monaco every day for school. It's not an issue, and it's really easy to commute.
Yes.
We are doing it every day. So
every day.
you can do it as well. Then they can also help you do your file for accommodation, for example. If you need to learn about insurance, opening a bank account, knowing where to go to the gym, what bus ticket to buy, anything like this, they will be able to help you. And you can book calls with them, a video call with with them so they can advise you from here, and you stay in your home country for the moment.
Mathilde, usually students ask what kind of nationalities, what are our nationalities where students coming from?
So we have, of course, a lot of students coming from France, Monaco, and Italy due to our localization, but we have more than 72 different nationalities within the students only. I would say I'm mostly recruiting for the Master in Finance and International Management, so there the students mainly come from the US, Canada. We have a lot of students coming from South America as well. Then within Europe, I would say a bit from all the countries. I don't know if it's the same in the Master in Sports Business Management for you.
Yeah, for the sport, usually many students coming from US. They're really passionate about Formula One. And then, of course, we have from France, from Italy, and then from Canada, Germany, Sweden.
We also have a student coming from Africa. Not long ago, we recruited some students from South Africa. I received a file today from someone coming from Algeria, so it's very diverse. We also have students coming a bit further away, like Australia, New Zealand. We have some students coming from Asia as well. But I think, more than 72 nationalities says a lot about how international is the University of Monaco.
Such a crazy cultural blend.
Yeah, and then talking about nationalities, languages, we have a lot of students asking what language are the classes taught in. So
easy in English. Then,
all of them?
Yes, all of the classes are in English. But then it will be, of course, helpful to have a little bit French here.
Yeah, for the daily life.
For the
At the
daily
university,
life.
It's not needed at all. But
then everyone here speaks English, and in Monaco also everyone speaks English.
And can you maybe tell us which tests you can have to apply? Because we will ask for a test of English as well when you're uploading your documents. So either you have it at the moment of application, either you send it later on once you've been admitted, but we only accept 3 tests.
Yeah, it's easy again. It's Cambridge B2, TOEFL or IELTS for the level of B2.
IELTS is 6 and TOEFL is 79.
79, exactly. Yeah. Thank you.
I think now it's time for me to leave
yes, and we'll welcome Antonio. Antonio.
How are you?
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. So maybe can you introduce yourself briefly to audience?
Of course. Hi everyone, my name is Antonio Vespa. I'm Canadian and Italian. I'm a Master of Finance graduate from IUM. I graduated in 2022-2023 cohort, and now I'm back and I'm working in Monaco, so happy to be here and tell you a bit of my insights from my career and my student life.
Yes, you have a very international profile. You traveled a lot. You've been in Canada, in Monaco, in London. And so how would you summarize your experience?
I mean, I would say my experience actually really culminates the IUM international approach. The people you'll meet here in your programs are very international from different walks of life. And, I liked that approach. I liked that opportunity to have an international community of friends and professional contacts. So for me, I'm very fortunate, but it's also these type of risks that I wanted to take in my life to advance me in my career, learn new things, take on new challenges, and just overall personal and professional growth.
Yes. Wow. And here in UM, you specialized in hedge funds,
Correct.
Right?
Masters of Science in Finance, specialized in hedge funds and private equity.
And why you decided to choose the specialization?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's a good question. I mean, for me, I wanted to learn more about the alternatives market. The private markets are very interesting. There's a lot more demand from investors and retail investors for exposure to this type of sector. So for me, it made sense to learn about something that already is difficult to learn about online. It was a lot more difficult, let's say 5 years ago before all these AI agents came out for research purposes, right? To learn about, hedge fund strategies and things like that. It's just not something that's like actively advertised or put about in social media as with other things. So for me, it was a good opportunity to learn about that, and doing it in Monaco was a no-brainer.
Yes. Wow, and this kind of roles, they are really competitive.
Yeah.
And like career that you did is a dream career for many prospective students, for many people.
Mm.
And how do you think EUM helped you to break into roles like this?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, definitely corporate finance at the high level is very difficult, and it's a lot of competition, and you need to know your stuff technically, but also socially. You have to have an understanding of the different banks, the different players in the market, and how you can network your way into an opportunity. IUM helped me a lot because the program's approach is very good for learning and actually being able to understand deeply the concepts you're learning, because you have time to like work on assignments, to work with office hours, to spend time thinking about the exercises you're doing. It actually allows you to digest the knowledge and retain it and apply it to a real world setting. Unlike some master's programs that are very fast paced and they just want to get you in and out, but you don't actually have time to properly like learn the materials. It's in your head now, but that may be gone a few weeks later. And that's what I would say was a huge difference for me. IUM really helped a lot, especially courses related to statistics, derivatives, global markets, or just financial valuations. Like these were very practical courses that I use still in like my everyday. And then of course, just being with an international community, that's another good way of, challenging yourself for growth and understanding, because in the finance world, especially in Europe, anywhere really, it's very international, and you have to understand how to communicate differently with different people. And I think IUM is good at bridging that gap because we are an international school. Monaco in general is very international, and so I'd say it really prepared me.
Yeah, we see oftenly the most students in finance, they sit the longest hours in library preparing for exams.
Of course, definitely. Sometimes I was jealous of my friends in the luxury courses, right? They're going to the yachts and some diamond shops and things like that.
But you need to study,
yeah.
But then I believe it pays off.
It pays off, right? Because at one point, maybe later, the finance guys are the clients of the luxury guys, right? So that's something I would say.
But you founded, you run a student association, correct?
Yes, I was on the IUM Finance Society with Ludovico Frigo and some other friends. He was the president at the time, and I was the head of corporate relations. And for me, that was a great opportunity to really integrate myself into Monaco and to the IUM. I was frequently organizing networking events with corporations here and professionals in the banks or the other financial institutions to give the opportunity to master's students and undergrad students to network and understand the day-to-day of these careers, so they had that understanding going into an application, right? So that was really good for me as well, and I think that has still pays me dividends, right?
Yes. So you managed to keep academics, work, and student activities.
Of course, nice. Go, right?
And one more question. I saw that you graduated with first class honors. And what was your strategy, like to succeed academically and professionally? Like how you manage maybe your time?
Worked really, really hard. I did like every question of homework assigned by Gunzinski or Moscato, for example, at the time. But yeah, I really put in the effort because I knew I came here from Canada. I had actually given up another master's program opportunity. COVID had really changed my perspective, and I said, look, if I'm going to come here, I need to do my best, like with anything I would try to do. And that's how I was able to manage, right? But I will say, like, the spacing between the courses and the exams was also, I think, quite advantageous to the learning style. So if it was done in a different way, maybe I wouldn't have achieved the same grade. I would have done well for sure, but maybe not the same. But yeah, I would say just the way that it was structured, that program at the time was quite nice.
Okay, so work-life balance wasn't existing for you back in time.
I mean, work-life balance definitely doesn't exist in investment banking, but I had more work-life balance here at the IUM, right? Because I think the social and the community aspects are also as important as the educational and technical aspects, right?
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit more about your current role? What you're doing, what you like in your profession?
Yeah, for sure. So I moved from investment banking to private equity fundraising. So essentially, building the fund for a general partner, creating the strategy, refining it, and then going through the marketing and roadshow processes to actually get limited partners to invest in the fund for this GP to then go out and invest and make a lot of returns. So we specialize in very high performing funds and from a performance metric, and then of course we did all types of growth, buyout, and special situations throughout Europe and the US. And so that's what I moved back to Monaco in November to do.
So it was your reason because you worked in private banking before in London, right?
Private banking in Toronto and in Monaco, and then investment banking in London, and then private equity. Yeah.
So you tried a little bit different.
Yeah, I've tried all the flavors of the financial institutional industry. Yeah. So I've gotten a lot of exposure, which has been nice. Yeah.
So in the end, you believe Monaco is the right place for you to be right now?
I think right now it's a great place to be. I look at it long term. I'd love to see my family here in the near future, and I think quality of life wise, it's amazing. You can't beat it. It's if you want to live long, come to Monaco. If you want to live fast but short, stay in London.
Fast but short. Wow.
Or
nice feedback.
But stay in London or New York, right? It just speaks to the intensity of the lifestyle, right? And the work comes first. Everything else is second or third tier, right? Like that's what you need to understand, right? When you're young, it's great to take that opportunity and take the risk and do it when you have the time and the energy that you're going to be okay. Yes. But maybe if you look at it long term, you need to then understand like what are your priorities, like who are you and what do you want. So that's something I would say you'll come to reflect on in your late 20s. So I think our viewers will still have time. So let's see.
Yes. You came to your right conclusions early in your life. This is good.
Exactly.
Saved some years.
Yeah, save some years, stay a bit young, and then we'll see.
Yes. But also, for example, what if you can give recommendations to students if they want to work in investment banking, what they should start doing maybe today?
I mean, first I would start understanding what an investment bank does and understand the role. Reach out to analysts or interns currently at banks, have an understanding of what they do on a day-to-day basis and how they got in. Apply early on because it's first come, first serve, and there's incredibly high levels of competition. You have to have perfect technical skills when it comes to answering the questions, because that can be...
Did you fail a lot?
No, I actually didn't get one of the questions wrong for my GS interview, but I was very lucky. Maybe they helped me on one question or two, but you're knowing you're up against someone else and you're both probably going to get these answers right. So it also comes down to like if you fit with the team and if you're easy to teach or you're adaptable and you're humble overall, that really goes a long way. But I would say learn as much as you can about the industry. Which sector interests you? Do you have a background that already applies to that? Are you interested in tech? Are you interested in energy? Do you like the M&A cycles? Do you like the financing opportunities? Or maybe you're more built for the trading side, right? Like it also depends on your personality. But these are very competitive roles, and the earlier you get in, the better. And try and get an internship, if not at a big firm, at a boutique, because experience is experience, and that gets your foot in the door. So be diligent and be hungry, and you can
so we know what to do right now, right?
That's maybe just the icing, the tip of the iceberg. But it's a long process, but if you're committed, it'll pay off. So be sure if you want to work in investment banking, I would say.
That's lovely. And maybe the last question, like if you can finish... we forgot about it completely. Excuse us.
I think we're okay.
So if you can finish the sentence, IUM is the International University of Monaco is the right place to be if
you want to network and be in one of the best countries in the world. Truly, it's unbelievable being here. I'm very fortunate. I think every day how lucky I am, and me and my friends say the same thing. You'll casually be out for a walk after a coffee, and you're at the ports, or you're in front of a beautiful beach or a beautiful building, and it's very safe and there's so much sun. So
do you feel you can get used to this? or not?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. I'm already used to it.
Okay, because every time I'm amazed.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
continue
exactly. Yeah, like,
to
You don't
yes.
get bored of it is the right way to put it, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I
Of
hope
course.
to see you much soon here.
Of course,
and,
of course.
We need to move forward.
Yes.
Yes.
I will see you at the upcoming networking events this week and the
Yes,
cocktails.
of course.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All the best.
See you.
Bye, everyone.
Student Marine. Oh, hello everyone. Marine.
Marie.
Marie.
Hello.
Hello. Marie, sorry, and thank you. So right now we will speak with our bachelor student, first year student, correctly?
Yes.
And to learn just more about the experience. Marie, can you maybe introduce yourself in a couple of words?
Yes. So hello, my name is Mary. I'm a first year BBA student. I'm French, and I think that's about it. I'm really excited about Monaco, and I'm very willing to talk to you about it.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. And do you remember when because you had many options, so where to do, what to study, and if you believe why you chose EUM at the first place?
So IUM, I chose it because of how international it was. So I don't have a very basic background, meaning that out of high school, I went into medical school for a year. And I actually did a gap year after that because I realized it's not what I wanted. So I had a whole reorientation and had time to think about where I wanted to go and what schools to choose. And I had, yes, a lot of choices. But what I really wanted was to, because I speak 3 languages, so I was like, I want to be able to use them. That was the first thing. And then I want to have a lot of experiences traveling, but also just with international people and like learning about cultures and stuff. So that's one of the main perks that attracted me to IUM was how international it was. And then secondly, Monaco was very attractive because I thought if I'm gonna do networking and business, which is a lot of it's skills, but it's also networking and seeing the people, I think Monaco is gonna be a good place to build that.
Yes. And if you can tell us a little bit more about your classes, which one you like, what you don't like, which professors you like, which you don't like.
Names. My favorite courses are business management, which is a more general course, which will explain like how the market works, how different businesses and companies work, how you put yourself on the market. And so that's very interesting because the first year is very general. So we're going to learn about the basis. Then the marketing course I really love because it shows us how to build a campaign or put a product forward. And I think that's very interesting.
So maybe in the future you think to connect yourself to business,
Probably.
to marketing, communications?
Yes, not especially communications, but maybe something about like trying to introduce a company or a brand into different countries, or that would be something that I would
Also
love, like in
interesting.
management or something.
Wow, and I know that on the second year there is a program in exchange with
Yes.
another university. And do you know where you would go for the next year? You have some ideas right now?
Yes, because we've been given our like answers about the semester abroad, so we already know not the definite answer, but not the definite answer, but the pre-selections. So right now I know that I'm going to Barcelona next year. So really nice, very sunny. I'm keeping the nice weather from Monaco. And we have a lot of choices. Some more difficult to get in than others because there's the Omni schools are pretty like easier to get in because there's a lot of spots available, and they're more niche, complicated universities to get in. But it's a great opportunity, I think, to be able to travel abroad, get a semester there, and learn some new courses eventually that will have to do with our BBA, but that will maybe teach us some new things that we were not seeing in this course.
Yes, yes, yes. It's cool that you go to Barcelona. I'm happy for you. And I know that, yeah, sorry. And I know that this week we have Career Week, where companies coming for university giving presentations. And are you going to some presentations? You meeting some companies? So what kind of your selection, if you
So
can share?
I am going to. I already went to one like an hour ago.
Mhm.
So I mainly chose companies and like presentations about sports and media, because it's also one of my interests of
Mhm.
being not necessarily Formula One. I know that's the first stop for everyone, Music Monaco, sports. This as well, but just sports in general and maybe PR and events, and that's something that would be very interesting to me. So I'm going to see a lot of sessions about that. Now, the one session I had earlier was about the fashion industry and how to get.
I'm sorry I missed this one. I wanted to go there. Yes.
It's about like how you would get like what careers are available in the fashion industry, because it can sound very broad and there's actually a lot of options. Maybe it's more in the headquarters, maybe it's more in
Mhm.
store, but there is actually a lot of possibilities. So that was very interesting to know about. And also it taught us and about how we would be able to get into those jobs and these positions and how to present ourselves as well. There was a
Mhm.
little bit about our CVs and how to put yourself forward. So it's very interesting, and I think it's a great opportunity.
Yes, and exactly about CV. Do you know where you want to do internships, or if you already had experience doing internships?
I've never done an internship because so I just started.
You're
the-
preparing yourself right
Exactly.
now. Right? Mhm.
And since it's the first year, the internships are at the end of the year. So I'm looking into it. I'm starting to think about where I could go. My CV is ready. So that's also why I'm participating to the Career Week to see what kind of maybe companies or at least areas I would want to do an internship in. So I'm looking into it right now. I don't know yet.
Yes, yes, yeah. Of course, you need to take time, and you need to learn as much as you can. And I don't know, what are the skills that you feel like you have gained the most kind of skills that you developed so far? Like before you came to university, with this kind of one mindset, and right now, how did it change?
Maybe more about first networking is very important in the sense of you learn how to talk to so many peoples, so many different cultures as well. Because I think it might not sound like it, but actually being from different cultures, you have to speak to people different ways because of how you were brought up or whatever. It's different. So that taught me a lot about communication, but also about independence, because I think it's a very good school of independence, because we have a lot of freedom, freedom, but you have to keep focus and be able to manage yourself and your work and your activities and networking and seeing friends. And I think it's a good way to learn.
Yeah, and so you mentioned that very international, very many cultures, but how many different nationalities in your class, for example?
I think we counted at the beginning of the year, and we have like something like 30 different
nationalities. Mhm.
yes, like 30 different nationalities from really everywhere, whether it's like the American continent, Europe, Kazakhstan, China, Laos.
Wow.
Very international,
Wow.
very broad. I love it.
And you made some friends. I don't know, with which nationalities you made friends?
My main friends, for example, so I'm French, and some of my main friends are Italian, Pakistani, from Finland, from Germany. It's really broad.
Nice. When you travel, you always have some places to go. I imagine right now.
Exactly, pucks.
Why not? Why not? And yeah, what can we ask? What one mistake students you believe should avoid?
Oh, I luckily did not do that, but I know a few people. I started skipping classes because it's pretty easy, and there's an extended policy for absences. There's like a lot of number of classes you can skip, but I think it's kind of a trap because once you skip one, you think, oh, I could skip that one as well. Oh, and the 8:30 one, I'll skip it as well. And I think that's the trap and the one mistake that you should really avoid is starting skipping classes because this school doesn't like, especially the first year of the BBA, we're not being asked that much work, and not in a lazy way, but just in a way that is very general. It's a lot of understanding, but mainly we should go to class, just listen, and you learn there, and that's a way to be proactive already about like your midterms and your finals. But it's also like if you start skipping, you don't know how to stop.
Yeah, it's easy. It's difficult to stop.
Exactly.
Yes, and also because you miss some connections with students, you miss
Also-
connections with professors, and
You get put apart a little bit at some point if you skip all your classes. So.
yes. But this is important lesson. I was skipping classes. Oh, that was yes. But in the last question, if you can share, like EUM is the best place to be
If you want to meet people, I think.
Yes.
If you want to meet so many people and so many cultures, I think that's the most important here.
Oh, thank you for your insights. Thank you for coming.
You're very welcome. Thank you very much.
See you. So, we are back. Here is our Mathilde.
And so while you were interviewing our alumni and current students, we had some questions on the live, so maybe we can answer them before I interview the next guests.
Yes, let's try.
So someone is asking if the applications are still open for the bachelor, so maybe we can tell them for which intake they can apply at the moment.
So right now we have open intake for the September. So the bachelor students and master students can apply for September intake. And then for the January intake, it will be open in July.
Okay, perfect. And just so you know, we have a January intake for the first year bachelor only. So that means that you can join in January and do your full first year from January to July. And then the next September, you will join classes for the second year with all the students. And then for the master degrees, we only have January intake for the Master in International Management, in Sports Business Management, and luxury management. The finance one do not have one, so be careful if you want to apply for finance. It's only September 26 at the moment, and then later on we will open September 27.
Is that correctly that Master in Finance get ranked in Financial Times?
Yeah, we were ranked earlier this year, 17th Master in Finance in the world, so it's quite a good achievement.
Mhm.
And I would say that's a lot of students that are applying this year. Actually, all the students that applied this year came also for this reason, because it's a great
Yes.
opportunity to be able to
But
study.
I guess
one
it
of
should
these
be
masters.
difficult to apply then if it's 17th place in Financial Times.
Yeah,
Means many students get refused. Or how?
you need to be ready and motivated to integrate the master, and that comes that leads us to one of the questions that was what are the requirements, the entry requirement for the master degree. So what do you need in terms of credits, in terms of language, everything?
Yes. So admission criteria for the September intake, because we have different criteria for two different intakes. So for September, it's 3 years bachelor, 180 European credits. We don't ask for any specific background, classes background, no, but and also to have a B2 English level, and that's pretty much that's it. In terms of the documents for the September, you need to send us your motivational letter, your CV. If you have a letter of recommendation, it will just make your application more stronger, but it's not mandatory. And then your ID and ID picture for your future student card. And also, if you don't have the English certificate in the moment of application, it's fine, it's not a problem. We only ask to bring it first day coming to class to EUM in September.
Yeah, and now someone is asking when can they start to apply. So as we were saying, at the moment, applications are open for the September 2026 intake. So you can apply for the bachelor degree in business administration, but you can also apply for all of our different master and the MBA and DBA program. We will open, as Alexandra said earlier, around June, we will open the application for the January intake, sorry. Before we welcome our alumni from the Master in Luxury Management, maybe we could remind our students what kind of test in English we need. As you just said, we need an English test that you can bring until the first day at IUM. So we accept 3 types of tests. It's the IELTS, the Cambridge, and the TOEFL. So be careful. Some students already have a Duolingo test, TOEIC tests. Some students did linguistic travel, I would say, with EF, but that's not something that we accept as well. So you need to be careful and ready with your documents. So I was talking about our alumni in luxury management, but at the moment we will interview Marine, who's working at the Career Center. Welcome, Marine.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
How are you?
Good.
Busy
Very super busy, running everywhere.
And maybe just to start, could you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do and why you're so busy today.
Sure. So I'm the head of the Career Center for the International University of Monaco. So basically, my role is to organize events and to make sure that our students have meaningful conversations with companies, can actually understand what they want to do professionally later on. And the objective is to actually bring companies on campus. So that's why I'm very busy today, because we are currently running our career week. So it's a 4-day event. We started just today. And over 4 days, we're welcoming 93 companies, over 150 professionals in luxury, finance, sport business, sustainability, international businesses. And so basically the way it runs, because I'm sure you're going to ask me how it runs.
That was my next question.
That was your next question, of course. The idea is that the students get to shape their own program, meaning that there is always 3 to 4 sessions happening at the same time. And then they select in the program which session they want to attend. So we always have something in luxury, in finance, in sport, business, international businesses, or workshops or master classes. And the idea is that they shape their own program and they attend whatever they're interested in. So today, for example, we had an opening session with the CEO of BPM Group, luxury automotive industry, who came to talk to the students about his experience in the luxury automotive. What skills do you need to actually break into the industry? Or, for example, we welcome some private bankers from Julius Baer, who actually are one of the top recruiters for internships at IUM in Monaco, to come and talk about their positions, and once again, the skills in demand, what you need to learn to actually start your career in the private banking industry. Exactly. And for example, another company that we welcome, in this case, it was some alumni students coming back to actually share their experience. So maybe once if you graduate from IUM and you have an experience which is interesting and relevant, you can come back. The 2 alumni who are here today on campus graduated last year and 2 years ago. So they were in the shoes of our students 2 years ago, and now they're on the other side of the desk, actually sharing their experience and recruiting for internship positions starting soon. Sorry, that was a very long answer.
No, but that's good. That's good. Lots of information. Alexandra just interviewed Antonio Vespa, so maybe he's one of the alumni you were talking about. Was he speaking today, or is he going to speak during the Career Week? And could you tell us maybe how does the Career Center help students to start careers like he did? What do you do to help them?
So yes, actually, just before coming to this, I was having a conversation with Anthony. He's an alumnus from a few years back from the Master in Finance, and he came indeed to share his experience about the world of investment banking, because he has an experience in that field. And investment banking is something that it's an industry that our students are really tackling, but it's a very difficult industry to make it in. So if you want to make it, you need to have the mindset, the focus, the skill, and the hunger, I would say, to actually break into the industry. So what we do to help our students finding an internship and starting a meaningful career is that we have a whole, of course, based on the program. So bachelor and master students are not addressed in the same way. But throughout the year, we work together. We have workshops, we have seminars in class. For example, on the bachelor level, we have a certificate of professional engagement that runs over 3 years, where basically every year we work on a skill set So the first year is about knowing yourself and what defines you as a professional. The second year, it's more about branding yourself, so having a good CV, cover letter, LinkedIn profile. And the third year is about succeeding. And in that case, for example, for the bachelor students, we organize a bachelor career day in November to help our students find their compulsory internship. So once again, we welcome companies on campus. The event that we held last fall, we had over 200 interviews organized in just one day. So we had
That's a
lots
lot.
of
Yeah.
companies coming to recruit our students, locally and internationally, but mainly local markets, I must say. And then on a master level, we have dedicated career coaches, so by industry, who are either headhunters or professional coaches who have previous work experience in that industry. And you have seminars throughout the year. We start the year together, setting the premises of what it means to work in the sport business management industry. What does it mean to work in the financial industry, and what type of positions existed there? And then we started working and mapping your plan for the next 5 years, let's say, and how do you build a strategy to actually follow the career that you want. So we do that together. We do counseling sessions then, so these coaches are also available for individual counseling sessions. We at the Career Center also hold career counseling sessions. We do career webinars once a month. We have alumni talks so that you can also ask your questions to the alumni community. And we organize, of course, employer events on campus, such as the Career Week. But for example, in January, we also welcome the university the head of university relationships of Ferrari, who came to talk about the opportunities that they have within Ferrari. So this
So
is
it's not only for sports business.
it's not
students.
only for sport business. We have luxury, we have a bit of everything for everyone. So whether you're looking and interested in a career in the yachting industry, for example, during the career week, we'll have a roundtable with 5 professionals from the yachting industry to give more insights and to recruit as well for internships.
And I think this year we have more students into yachting since we launched our specialization
Absolutely,
in the luxury management.
it's a big specialization this year. So we will have
Not too much competition.
well, of course, it will be tricky. Competition is always there, but you need to be super motivated to break it and to make it into any industry, generally speaking.
Thank you. Earlier, you talked about sessions to improve your CV, motivational letter. What would you say is a CV that stands out for a recruiter?
That's a tough question because now with AI, the CVs have improved. You know, compared to just 1 year ago, where you didn't need to have the ATS compliant CV. So ATS is the CV which is very frame wise, very simple. I think what is mostly important in a CV nowadays is to make sure that you know how to highlight your achievements. So rather than your missions, meaning knowing what was your positive impact through the missions that you achieved through previous internships or experiences. Don't forget as well to actually mention your IT skills. Nowadays, most of the students
very
forget
important.
because you think it's implied that you know how to use Word, Canva, PowerPoint, Excel. But for recruiters who are my age or even older, I would say even older, we had to learn how to use these tools. So never forget to actually
To include it.
include it. It's super essential.
Okay, now maybe a trick question. CV or networking? Which one is the most important? Or maybe both?
I would say 100% both. Networking is essential because whoever you're going to meet in your journey and in your life, you never know when you're going to cross them again. So I would say that networking starts from the classroom, and that's what I tell my students every time they do a seminar with me, is that today you're students, but in a few years' time you will be professionals, and you will be able to actually maybe work together again. You know, today for the Career Week, I invited an alumnus. We were friends together when we were studying, and now we actually professionally exchange. And that's the beauty of IUM, is that you will have friends from over 80 plus nationalities and different countries. You will be working, studying in Monaco for 1, 2, 3, or even 5 years. And then you will go your separate ways, but you will have friends everywhere with who you might do business. So networking is essential. Starts from the classroom. It starts from your professors that you're going to meet, the networking events that you're going to be able to attend, the career week where you're able to meet professionals who are taking the time to come and speak to the students. And having a good CV, of course, is essential. So do not underestimate the importance of highlighting your summer jobs, your experiences, to take as many internships as you can, because the market is tough. Jobs are slowly being replaced by AI, especially entry levels. So you will need to be super motivated to stay hungry, and to build a lot of experience, because we don't know where we're headed, but we're going there.
And talking about networking, you will be ending the career week with a networking cocktail, right?
Yes.
How many people are you expecting?
A lot of people. So that's the biggest event that we organize to close the career week. We will be welcoming. So I just checked the numbers right before coming to this interview, actually. So we're expecting so far 150 professionals, about 200 students, and 140 alumni. So in a total, close to yes, or professionals. So close to 450 people.
Can you tell us where you're doing the networking cocktail?
That's
or
a
is it
secret.
surprise?
No,
Okay.
no.
Trying
It
to
will
get
be-
some information.
No, it will be at the Hotel Le Méridien. So that's reserved only for students. Sorry, you have to register to IM first.
Next year, maybe.
Maybe next year. It's open to bachelor, master students, and MBAs as well. And we give equal opportunities to actually network with professionals. So if you're interested in having a conversation in a very nice setting, and meeting also alumni, that's the place you want to go.
And last question. We know that some students did not do networking before coming to IOM. So do you help them, or are they going alone and trying to learn by themselves?
We teach you.
Yeah.
We teach you how to network, and as anything, networking is a skill set that we teach you. So we have networking technique classes, seminars that we hold as a career center. So we teach you all the small tips on how to shake hands. If I take your hand and I do a light shake, that's not going to be meaningful. But if we do a strong and firm handshake, that's going to set the mood for our conversation. So that's just a very small tip, but yes, we do prepare you guys. So do not be scared. I know how difficult it can be to go up to someone you don't know and introduce yourself and actually start a conversation, because to find a Kickstarter, but we have tricks to help you do that. So don't worry.
And you need a first time anyway.
And there's always a first time for everything. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Marine. I set you free, and good luck for the
Thank
rest of the
you.
week.
Thank you. Bye.
Alexandra is going to join us again, so we can answer the question you asked during the live. So someone again is asking if it's too late to enroll. So maybe you can tell us more about that. Maybe it's someone that joined a bit later.
Never too late. But honestly, it's better to apply as soon as possible. We don't have the strict deadline, as we take applications on the unrolling basis. But since university is small, the Monaco is small, and for example, for the master in sport, we have 76 seats. And once we feel we are full or run out of seats, we are closing application. So I would suggest to apply as soon as you can. March, April is the best timing to apply.
Yeah, I agree. Someone now is asking if we have some classes in French. So unfortunately not. We only have classes taught in English. The only one we would have is the language courses to learn French. Of course, that's in French, but otherwise the bachelor degree, the masters, all four of them, the MBA and DBA are all taught in English. And again, this is why we will ask for a test of English for the master degree. The MBA and the DBA is just to make sure that you have the right level to be able to follow classes, to interact with the professors, the other students, and to make sure you will be able to follow classes and not be lost, because this is not the point. Just so you know, for the bachelor degree, you do not need to pass a test. You can also do an interview in English with our professor of English, so that can be enough if you don't have a test yet. Maybe you could remind us what master degree we have, because we have a bachelor in business administration that is kind of general, then you have specialization in the last year, but our master's degrees
Yes.
are specialized. So maybe you want to hear about that.
Our master degrees are very specialized according to the industry in Monaco. So it's a master in luxury management, master in sport business management, master in finance, and master international management. So do we missed some questions, or we are good?
No, at the moment we answered all the question. We will soon interview an alumna from the master in luxury management. But maybe you can remind us how international the school is, what kind of nationalities we have in the program, etc.
Yes, this is very diverse. So we have more than 72 different nationalities. And as we have spoken already to our alumni community, as we have spoken to our current student BBA, they all say that they are lucky to be in this very diverse cultural environment, as it helps them to grow, but also they face some cultural constraints firstly, but then they have friends all over the world.
Yeah, and I think everyone is happy to come and enjoy Monaco, the south of France. First of all, you come here for the studies, but it's also super nice to be in a very nice environment like ours. So unfortunately, I just announced that we will interview our alumni in luxury, but as she's here to talk for the Career Week, and we talked a bit too much maybe with the other alumni before, she won't be able to join today, but we will make sure to try to have her for our next live. But first of all, maybe we could tell you when are the open day, when you can come and visit IUM, because that's also really important for the students who are around or the ones that are visiting Monaco. It's always good to be able to come meet Alexandra. If you're, for example, interested in a master in sports business management, I could meet you if you're interested in applying in finance or international management, or our colleagues for the other programs. So we will have our next open day, so on a Saturday, all day long, on the 11th of April, so in a week and a half, not too far away from now. You can come in the morning at 10 a.m. or 2 p.m. and you will be able to meet with, we will have current students, we will have the program directors coming to tell you about the program. You will be able to meet with us. And then, if I'm not wrong, it's on the 5th of May that we have the school visit.
Yes, 5th
So that's
of
a
May
bit
in
different.
the evening.
Yeah.
In the evening, we are welcoming students from schools to make a campus visit together, to make presentations for them.
Yeah, so we do presentation, but the program directors won't be there. It will be with current student, but that's always super interesting, I think, to meet students that have another point of view of ours to tell you about the school, their experience, like we did today with the students.
Yes.
So I think we gave you all the information we had to give you today. We answered all the questions as well. So I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you soon in another TikTok live. And if you can come to the open day on the 11th of April or on the 5th of May in the evening, we will be really happy to see you there. Thank you so much, Alexandra.
Thank you, Mathilde.
Thank you.
Thank you.